Hey friends, welcome back to another video. Rob here with the Underground Guitar Party. Today I'm talking about the AEROBAND guitar, this nylon string, smart, electric guitar. It's something completely different. One thing's amazing with it, it's got MIDI, and I'll be showing you how that works with the MPC Key 37 or the MPC Key 1 or the MPC 1, any of them here in just a moment. Before we get started, I've got to give a great shout out to AEROBAND. This is a paid sponsorship. They asked me to review this, but I got to tell you, I've been thinking about this guitar for a long time, and I was happy that they contacted me. The reason is quite simple. I'd like something that can interface directly as a MIDI or synth type of instrument with my Key 37. Getting my hands on this guitar, feeling it, I'm going to tell you 3 things immediately that you need to know. If you don't watch the rest of this video, that's fine. You can totally learn to play guitar on this. The silicone strings have hammer-on pull-offs, they have slides. They don't have bending yet, but they have those things. They chord, and it's pressure sensitive. So as you put your fingers on the string spacing, the string feel is lighter but responsive, just like very similar to what an electric guitar would actually be. And it feels good to play on the neck. Number 2, you're playing on real strings, right? And because you're playing on real strings, you're getting the finger articulation. Strumming, individual strings, arpeggios, whichever you'd like, you've got that. And number 3, if you're worried about being able to do mute taps and different things like that, you can do that all right here. So you can do palm muting and different strumming. And a bonus fact is that because this is an electronic instrument and a synth instrument and a MIDI instrument, and it has all the cool things that you would expect, what it does well is be other things with that MIDI interface. It's so cool, and we're going to talk about it now. Okay, that being out of the way, let's actually take a look at it. Right now, it is all plugged in, and it feels great to me. The guitar itself ships in 2 pieces. The neck comes off very easily, but you can put it on real simply. The covers for the strings come on and off very simply like that, and they stay on magnetically. You can replace the strings if you ever need to because they break. The strings actually rest in these little silicone mutes, which are really nice right there. So it feels great all the way together. Hey friends, Editing Rob here, in the middle of the edit for the video you're about to watch, and I forgot to tell you about the strings. And actually, I think this is a happy mistake, one of those happy accidents, Bob Ross style. This does not have traditional strings like you would expect. It has these silicone strings that run up and down, which are very soft and very easy to play. They're not buttons. They're pressure-sensitive silicone strings, right? So you're not pressing a button. You're playing on a continuous silicone string, which just happens to be mounted to the fingerboard. The strings themselves are pressure-sensitive and velocity-sensitive, so they know how fast you're pressing it. They know how hard you're pressing it. All of this information is what you need for MIDI stuff. But also, over here, these are real guitar strings. It's true, they're not full guitar strings, and you can replace the strings, I believe, with different gauges, but I know that you can get different string replacements, and these are actually steel strings that you're playing on right here. Isn't that crazy? Let me bring you in for a closer look, just so that you can see. So these are the strings. Notice
There's no height to them above the fretboard. They're on the fretboard, and you have clear fret marks. You can feel the frets. So you've got real fret, which are also made of silicone, which feel real nice. And then down here, the strings are real guitar strings that you're playing. They're just cut short in order to fit into this form factor. Okay, so when you think about these things all together, I think it makes the guitar easy to approach. And the synth guitar, the synth style of playing, this capability is really wild. And I don't talk about it a lot in the video because it gets out of your way, right? You don't even think about it, you just play. And that's probably my #1 takeaway from this entire experience. I have enjoyed it so much, I forgot to talk about the strings because it just felt so natural to play on. All right, back to the video.
The weight of the guitar itself is nice. I'd say 5 pounds-ish, you know? It's totally plastic all the way through. The body of this one, it has a bit of an iridescent sheen, and we've got some controls on it. We'll get to those in a minute. But just the feel of the guitar, it's great. After hours of play, because it's plastic, I don't feel that it gets sticky in my hands or anything like that. It's easy to go. Do I like the headstock shape? It's okay. It's not too terrible, and it doesn't make me angry, so I like it. Speaking of those controls, we've got 3 controls on the top. This is going to act as your capo controls. It's also going to change the tempo of your music. That's the top button and the bottom button. The middle button is actually going to change the sound of your guitar. Just a second ago as we were playing, I'm actually in the lowest register. I'm 1 octave, 12 semitones down. And if you see what happens here, check these LED lights. It'll tell you kind of where you are. And now I'm moving up, and you can hear it. When we look on the side of the body, we've got 2 controls. One will turn the guitar on and off and turn its internal speaker up or down. And the other one will start and stop the drum machine, and it will also turn the microphone up and down. There's a mic port right here where you can attach a mic that go on this. You can use a third-party mic, or you can get one from AEROBAND, and it will work just fine. You get some additional mic options when you go through there. I'm going to get into the app. I think that's important, but I'm not going to do it yet because the first thing I want to do is actually bring you over here to the... Okay, so here we are. We're over here on the key 37, and I want to show you the MIDI functionality. We've actually already got some MIDI tracks recorded, and we're going to overdub on all this just so you can see how it works. But when we come over here, we go to our track, and we need to come in and see. We're actually on our MIDI track 1 right now. And as you can see, the MIDI in is all ports. It's already selected. Now, if we look at this MIDI track, you can see that it's actually got voltage or velocity sending to it, but we don't have any sound. So that's because we're on a MIDI track. We've got to go over here to first track, which is our plugin track. And now you can hear that it's got some sound. Okay, and because it's a plug-in track, it can be any kind of thing that we'd like. So I'm going to come over here to Sounds. I'm going to double-click, and I'm going to get my basic piano, one of my favorites. Let's go ahead and on the track for recording. I'm going to play something pretty easy. Okay, there you go. So as you can see right now, it's just as simple as that. If you're already a user of the Key 37 or the MPC-1 hardware, this plugs right in. So if you've been thinking about making beats, you can assign your drum kits to your guitar. If you've got a TikTok live stream or where you're doing stuff and you're making beats on the fly, adding this to your production by plugging it into the back of your MPC hardware, man, you will go a million miles to see what we've got. As you look at the bottom, you've got the strings. At the top we have guitar. When we go to the guitar, we see our tone is piano, but as you can see, we can slide straight through and select all different types of guitars. And then we've got simplify left hand. Well, we can actually choose left or right-handed. That happens at the introduction when you set everything up. You can set it up to do easy chords, and we do that by holding down the up top. There's a button, this tempo button. When we hold the button, watch what happens. But if we tap and hold it, it will then switch to easy mode. Now on easy mode, as you can see, we've got all the different chords, and this is a major chord progression. So it's major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. And if we want to play a chord, I've got it set up to play an arpeggio. I want to let you know that also comes through on the MIDI track. Check that out. Right? So your drum loops can actually be programmed as MIDI loops into your Key 37 or your MPC-1 as well. It's pretty cool. So you can choose all kinds of different tracks. I'll give you one more, the rock beat, and get you that a little bit different. You can change the volume of the backing track. Works great right there. And then we can change our settings. This is actually, for me, the most important part of the entire guitar, so I'll bring it in a little bit closer. On our settings right here, we can change everything. From the technique, notice that it says hammer on, pull off, these guys right here, and then hammer on open string. That's excellent, because that allows it to act more like a real guitar, and I love that. Then we've got mute bar. I've got it set up to do nothing so that it will sustain and ring out, but you can actually use that mute bar to give it a mute strum or a stroke, like a tap. Right now I have it set to none for this demo, but I have been using it on mute strum. String settings. This is a great spot. For our string settings, it'll show you the velocity that you're playing in any string, popped up on the left. It then allows you to change the presence of your string, louder or softer, and then it allows you to change your sensitivity. I love this because you can make the strings less sensitive or more sensitive based on the strength of your hand and your style of playing. This is excellent. I found 100% is good for me on string sensitivity, and this string loudness curve is one that I created to give the bass strings a little bit more oomph. I like that quite a bit. Back over here, we've got the fret noise. I keep that on because I like it. You can change different tunings if you want to. Real simple like that. And you've got an LED brightness. If you want to do a song, we'll come over here and do a song. I'll want to show you what this is. This will teach you how to play a song. I think that it's a really good implementation. It's asking me to adjust the capo down to -1. So I'm going to do that. You can see I'm pushing the button to -1, and it says we're good. And it's going to bring you up here. We know we've got these chords. And it's going to tell you if you're going to be right. When it comes to the app, if we could slow that down or add some adjustments or changes, it feels kind of robotic to me. I don't ever really enjoy playing along with apps like that in the first place, so maybe it's just me. When we think about this guitar, right, I guess I turned it off again. I was getting ready to say it's time to talk about things I like and don't like so much. For me, because I'm used to kind of getting on my guitar and playing like that, I'm going to turn it back on now. I often hit this button. I've hit it over and over and over. And that button turns the guitar on and off, so not so much fun. Now, that for me is a little bit of a problem. So if you get on your guitar and you're up on it like this and you're playing, you might hit that. Can you work around it? Sure, but it's just a thing. The sounds. The sounds are okay. The piano is my favorite sound. The other sounds, they're good. And I hope that AEROBAND works on those sounds because the product, the hardware, is absolutely solid. I enjoy using this. I would take this to lessons and show it off to people. I think that it's a worthwhile device. I like it quite a bit. And I think it could help people learn guitar if there were a couple of caveats. First of all, if you're going to use this, it is a little bit easier than playing on an actual electric guitar. It's easier in the weight. It's easier in the sound. It's not so loud. Electric guitar can put people off very easily because it makes a lot of noises. The strings can have high gain and they react to your touch very, very rapidly. It's very articulate. There's a lot that people can be afraid of. Sometimes people are worried about approaching the electric guitar for those reasons. Is it easier than playing on an acoustic guitar? Absolutely. And does it teach you something similar as far as technique and things are concerned? Absolutely. I think that you could learn strumming technique as well as fingering and different fretting hand technique. There's no question about that. You definitely could learn different techniques for your right hand, for your strumming hand. There's lots of stuff you could do, and all kinds of strumming. Do I think that you would miss anything? No, not really. If you're not playing an acoustic guitar and you were playing this guitar, you're not really missing a lot. You'll miss some of the taps that you could get from an acoustic guitar. You might miss a little bit of the way that you're going to do palm muting and things like that. You might miss some of the percussive strumming, but that's something that takes a lot longer for a beginner guitarist to develop those anyways. So none of that really makes much of a difference to me, especially for teaching. Here's what you gain, though. You gain something that's easy to carry around, that's inviting, right? That has a few modes that are very helpful as far as learning, that shows you chords right in the app, can teach you songs right away, but you still have to put in the work to learn the songs. You still have to put in the work to learn the chords. And it does have a fun game playing mode in the song mode, which is a lot of fun. I think that's worthwhile. I think that's worth mentioning. The MIDI interface of this guitar makes it extremely powerful in a studio setup because instead of just recording a guitar and an analog instrument into a digital instrument, we've got MIDI, and you can program your MIDI track after you get it in. You can go in and fix your guitar solo if you want to, right in front of your eyes, right on that little screen right there. You don't even have to go into your desktop computer. Of course, this will work with pretty much all DAWs. So for me, I see this as an enthusiast level guitar for someone that's just getting into guitar, that wants this unique playing experience because they're also considering producing music or electronic music, things like that, or as an excellent buy for someone that makes beats and doesn't know much about guitar but wants to add that to their beat making process. And cherry on top, if you're the type of person that produces live DJ sets or live beat making sets or just beat making sets in general for your audience, because this works as a MIDI device, basically a guitar synth, you plug it straight into your Key 37, your MPC-1 hardware, and now you have a guitar synth to play with all the power of the hardware from the software from the MPC combined with the hardware of the AEROBAND. I just think it's fantastic, and for me, it's an absolute winner. So I want to thank AEROBAND so much for sending this to me. They asked me to make a video. They did not tell me what to say. Some of you guys think they do. You know, if you've seen my site, I don't talk about things that I don't like. I do a lot of live stream and a lot of stuff like that, and if there's a camera manufacturer or if there's a live stream video switching manufacturer that I'm not talking about and you want to know why, it's because they don't have anything nice to say. So I don't talk about things I don't like. I like this a lot, and I'm excited for it. Can't wait to share with a little bit more with you in the future. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Remind you, I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye for now.